I play steel drums professionally, and I write music. I got my degree in music composition from Appalachian State. When I was in early middle school, I got really into classical music, and that's what started me to compose. And that's when I started really getting into writing music.
It's just really interesting to see the way in which he applies, the music theory, the technique and everything, and applies it to a genre that typically doesn't lend itself towards a steel drum.
Jonathan Scales is held in high esteem at both our local community and even a national level. His love for music in the city of Asheville reinforces its unique charm.
Asheville is definitely a creative vortex for art, and I think Asheville doesn't get the acclaim that it deserves for all the art that's around, but I think it's definitely blooming.
Musician and fan William Madison realizes great musical talent is generally an underground scene.
I like to, look as hard as I can for the musicians like Jonathan that really dedicate everything to making really well-formulated music. You can find that in any city, you just have to look hard.
Jonathan Scales will be releasing his second album, Plot Scheme, May 2nd. It features highly acclaimed horn player for Bela Fleck and the Flecktones, Jeff Coffin, and drum guru Jeff Sipe.
I recorded the new album at Collapsible Studio in West Asheville, and the engineer was Jeff Knorr. He's a really great guy, really great place, and got some good sounds.
It's unbelievable to think that you have a 23-year-old who's shared studio time and airspace with many famous musicians, and as a 23-year-old he's just so young, but playing at a level far beyond people twice his age even, and especially such an obscure instrument.
Jazz Times, a national magazine, praised Scales for his first album, One Track Mind, and his unique approach to his instrument.
It was good things they had to say. They were saying, basically, don't be fooled by the steel drums. It's not necessarily islandy, Caribbean, happy sounding stuff all the time. I try to take it in other directions.
It's tough to classify somebody like Jonathan Scales' music because he brings in elements from all different kinds of music.
I do a lot of different styles, and it's hard to just put it in one category.
It is very difficult to get rich or famous, even for the most talented musicians of the world. This modest, optimistic, unconditional love for music approach is generally where the best music is conceived.
I think it's really great that Jonathan and the other local musicians are able to dedicate their whole lives and all their time, basically, to creating this music, because it's got to be tough.
Times are definitely rough at times, but that's the life of an artist. It doesn't really bother me that much. I know as a jazz artist, I'm not going to be on MTV, but that doesn't bother me because that's not what I do. That's fine with me.
For more information, you can go to jonscales.com, JONSCALES.com. He'll be playing a live performance for his album release May 2nd at 10 p.m. at Stella Blue in downtown Asheville. Go explore your local music scene and see what it has to offer. For Mountain Highlights, I'm reporter Garrett Kilgore with photographer Kenny George.